Good morning, everyone. Today, we're here at this English Institute. Do you know why? We're with Friedrich Froebel, one of the oldest English teachers in this institution. We're going to ask him some important questions about learning English. Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Stephen, and good morning to all the people who watch the Parvi channel. I am so happy to be here with you. I will try to answer your questions as best as possible.
Thank you, teacher. And remember, you can also participate by writing your questions in the comments. Well, to start, we want you to tell us a little about your story, please. How long have you been a teacher?
Well, I have been teaching English for about 17 years. It was a long time ago.
Wow, you have a lot of experience, then. You have had a lot of students.
Yeah, I don't remember the number, but I've had thousands of students, I'm sure.
Then, can you tell me, why do these students take the decision of studying English?
Why do they decide to study English? There are many reasons why people study English. Some people need to travel to other countries, and they need English to communicate with other people. Others only want to study English because they like the language. But the most common reason, it's because they need to speak English to improve their lifestyle. They want to earn more money. And I think that's great because that was also my case. I studied English to become a teacher. I love being a teacher. But before I became a teacher, I used to work as a construction worker. It was very tiring and also stressful, so I decided to study English to become an English teacher. And now, I don't earn a lot of money, but I can work in different institutes and universities, and I love my job because I can help a lot of people, not only for my country, but around the world.
That's great, and you're right. Learning a new language is a great way to get better opportunities. And tell me, teacher, what is the most difficult thing about learning this beautiful language?
Well, it depends on the student. Many of them have problems with listening. They can't understand what an advanced English student speaks or a native speaker, or when they watch a movie or listen to a song, they don't understand what they're saying. Some students have problems with reading and writing. I know many students who hate writing and reading. But I think the most difficult part of learning English is to be able to speak English very well.
I knew you were gonna say that, and that's logical since it's a language, and we need to speak it.
Yes, that's true. Many students have troubles when they try to speak English fluently.
And why do you think that is? I mean, is there a special reason why they can't speak in English?
Well, I'm not a scientist, but from my years of experience teaching English, I can say that yes. I think many students fail at learning or speaking English because they feel afraid to speak this language. They are afraid to speak English, but they do want to speak this language. Why is that? Well, they are not afraid to speak English, but to make mistakes at the moment they do it.
Oh, I understand, but that's understandable. Speaking a new language is not easy.
Exactly, it is a process. You can't become an expert in just weeks. What I mean is, if you really want to improve your speaking skills, the only way is to practice because it's an active skill, and you need to practice it to improve, and you need to make mistakes.
You need to make mistakes, but I can't recommend students to make mistakes.
Well, that's part of the process. I made a lot of mistakes when I was learning this language. Let me tell you something. When I started learning English in an institute, we were like 20 students, and do you know how many of them got to speak English fluently? Exactly, just me. With this, I do not intend to brag about my achievements.
Oh, of course not, but I think you need to know the reason why I was the only student who became fluent at English.
It wasn't by luck. I wish it was because of two important reasons.
Two important reasons? Well, I think everyone wants to know what those reasons are.
Sure, the first important reason was the consistency. That's really important. During the time I was studying English, many of my partners quit seriously, and also when I started studying or practicing English with friends, they got bored very fast. They got frustrated and gave up learning English while I was still in the path to speak in English.
What I really mean is that I was the only one who never gave up. That's why I could make it.
The other important thing was that, despite I was afraid to speak in English because I was learning, I dared to do it anyway. And I don't want you to misunderstand me, please. I was afraid. I was afraid to make mistakes all the time, but I did it anyway. I just spoke in English every time I was scared. I remembered my father's words. He taught me how to drive my first car. He used to tell me, "You just do it. Don't mind that others make fun of you. After all, the one who will benefit in the end will be you because you will improve your English." And yeah, I spoke a lot and made a lot of mistakes while speaking, but that is crucial to learn something new.
That was really interesting, teacher. We don't have time for more questions, but we can make another interview with you so you can tell us more about learning English, right?
Certainly, and if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you, teacher. We've learned a lot from your experience so far. Let's delve a bit deeper into the learning process. Could you share some effective methods or techniques that you believe help students improve their English speaking skills?
Of course. There are several effective methods and techniques to improve English speaking skills. First and foremost, practice is key. Conversational practice with native speakers or fluent speakers can be incredibly beneficial. You can find language exchange partners, join conversation clubs, or participate in online language exchange platforms to do this. Also, try to immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Watch English language movies and TV shows, listen to English music and podcasts, and read books or articles in English. These activities will help you become more comfortable with the language.
Those are great suggestions, teacher. But what about grammar and vocabulary? Do you think a strong foundation in these areas is essential for becoming a fluent English speaker?
Grammar and vocabulary are indeed important. Having a strong foundation in these areas will make your English speaking more precise and effective. To improve your grammar, you can work with grammar workbooks, online exercises, or take English courses. For vocabulary, read extensively, use flashcards, and learn new words in context. However, don't let grammar and vocabulary be a barrier to speaking. It's okay to make mistakes when you speak, and you'll naturally improve over time.
That's reassuring advice, teacher. Many students are concerned about their accents when speaking English. Do you think having a native-like accent is necessary, or is it more important to focus on clear and effective communication?
Accent is a common concern, but it's important to remember that having a native-like accent is not necessary. What's more critical is clear and effective communication. As long as you can be understood and convey your message, your accent doesn't matter. Many English speakers have different accents from around the world, and it's part of the beauty of the language. Embrace your own accent, work on pronunciation for clarity, and you'll do just fine.
That's a great perspective, teacher. Finally, what's your advice for students who might feel frustrated or demotivated during their English learning journey, especially when they encounter difficulties in speaking?
Frustration and moments of demotivation are completely normal in any learning process, including learning English. The key is to stay persistent and not give up. Set achievable goals for yourself, track your progress, and celebrate small victories along the way. Surround yourself with a supportive community of learners, and remember why you started this journey in the first place. Learning a new language is a fantastic achievement, and it opens up many opportunities. Stay positive, keep practicing, and you'll see improvement over time.
Thank you for your valuable insights, teacher. Your experience and advice will undoubtedly help many English learners out there. We look forward to having you back for another interview in the future.
You're very welcome, Stephen. It's been a pleasure to share my thoughts with you and your viewers. I'll be happy to return for another interview anytime. Keep learning and growing in your English language journey. Certainly, and if you have any questions, just let me know.
You heard it. If you have any questions about learning English, just let us know. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Take care.
I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. And if you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the Super Thanks button. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.